Hi, I'm Gary Diefenthaler, and thanks for joining me. I'm a full-time real estate agent with DeSell Real Estate Company, and we're going over some paragraphs in the local purchase agreement. We'll be covering the purchase price and the earnest money paragraphs in this session. So let's get started. Paragraph 3, the price. The purchase price shall be X amount of dollars, payable at closing in cash, certified funds, or wire transfer in immediately available funds. So you and your real estate agent have come up with a price that you want to put in here for the purchase agreement. So as the seller has already put a list price out there on his property at so many dollars, that's their starting price. The purchase price that you put in this blank is your starting point as a buyer. And then there'll probably be negotiations back and forth between you and the seller as far as where we decide what the purchase price is actually going to be on the property. Paragraph 4 is earnest money. Purchaser is paid or shall pay earnest money to blank. Usually, the people that hold the earnest money is either the real estate company that your agent works for or the title company that you're going to go to closing with. Which earnest money shall be applied towards the purchase price at closing in the amount of so many dollars. And then the earnest money will either be collected with this offer to be deposited in trust account upon acceptance, or within 3 days of acceptance to be deposited in a trust account upon receipt. So you and your real estate agent needs to check one of those boxes. Now, how much earnest money needs to be applied towards the purchase price? Earnest money is not a requirement to have in a purchase agreement. So there's no rule saying that you have to put up earnest money when you put in an offer on the house. However, if you do put up earnest money, it shows that seller that you've got a commitment to buy this property. Okay? Now, generally, if a property is under $100,000, a normal amount of earnest money to be put up would be $500. If the property is over $100,000, you probably should consider putting up $1,000 for earnest money. Now, what happens with this earnest money is it's held in a trust account, and it will come back to you during the closing proceedings. So the $1,000, let's say that you've put up for a property that's over $100,000 in purchase price, that $1,000 will come back to you in closing to defray whatever costs are being incurred. So consider that earnest money as money put up front for future expenses that will be collected at the closing table. Now, generally, there is no problem with putting earnest money up with a purchase offer. There have been very, very few occasions that earnest money could get hung up where if something back and forth in the negotiations or if an inspection doesn't come out right and for some reason there's really bad feelings that are festered between you and the seller, there is the possibility, remote as they might be, that it might take a little while for you to get your earnest money back if you decide not to go through with the purchase agreement. Now, if an inspection doesn't come back good and you want out of the agreement, you want to terminate the agreement, what happens is then there's a piece of paper that's drafted that says, okay, buyer wants their earnest money returned to them. The seller also has to sign off on who's ever holding that earnest money, that money be returned to the buyer. If for some reason there can't be any agreement between the two parties about returning this earnest money back to the buyer, worst case scenario is that buyer may have to wait 2 years in order to get their earnest money back. But again, this is a very, very rare instance where this would happen. Your real estate agent, the other real estate agent should be working on both of your parts where severe animosity is not built up in this negotiation time frame during buying the property. This ends the session. Please remember, any day is a good day to talk about real estate. Give me a call at 419-360-1221. I would be more than happy to talk to you and answer any of your real estate questions. My website is nwohiohomesforsale.com. Hey, make a great day, and I will see you soon. Thanks for your time.